Ladies and gents, we have a surprising update coming up for Ghost of Tsushima. It is getting a brand new co-op multiplayer mode. I'm just kidding. Actually, no, I'm not. This is actually true. Ghost of Tsushima is getting co-op multiplayer mode inspired by the Japanese mythology. We of course have this article right here on the official PlayStation blog. So no, I'm not kidding. This is actually happening, if you can believe that. And it's not only just happening, it also looks absolutely amazing. I mean, we have some brand new content in there, and also check these armors out. I mean, these are absolutely amazing. There are some brand new abilities from what I'm seeing over there, some really awesome, like, let's just say mythical stuff, magical stuff going on, because it definitely looks really spectacular. So let's jump right into it. As always, if you enjoyed this video, a thumbs up on it would be super awesome, and let's get started with the actual blog post right here. So today we're very excited to reveal Ghost of Tsushima Legends, a brand new online co-op multiplayer mode that will come as a free download for Ghost of Tsushima owners on the PlayStation 4 later this year. So Legends is an entirely new experience. It's a separate mode that doesn't follow Jin or the companions from his journey, but otherwise instead focuses on 4 warriors who have been built up as legends in stories told by the Temple of Tsushima. Ghost of Tsushima single player campaign focuses on open world and exploring the natural beauty of the island, but Legends is haunting and fantastical, with locations and enemies inspired by the Japanese folktales and mythology, and an emphasis on co-op combat and action. Basically God of War, but in the samurai setting, and I will say again, it looks absolutely freaking amazing. We're gonna discuss some of these armors in just a little bit, even the abilities, because they also look really awesome. But they have designed Legends to be an exclusive co-op gameplay experience, so you'll be able to partner up with friends or via online matchmaking. Yes, if you can believe that, the game is getting that, and play Legends in groups of 2 up to 4 players, and each player can choose from one of the 4 different characters classes that we have, including the samurai, the hunter, the ronin, or the assassin. Each class has unique advantages and abilities that we will reveal in the future. With 2 players in Ghost of Tsushima Legends, you'll be able to play a series of co-op story missions that escalate in difficulty, building on that foundation of combat from the single player campaign, but with new magical twists that will often require careful synchronization with your partner. And we can see some of that in the gameplay trailer, or should I say reveal trailer, because at this point this is what it is. It looks spectacular. It seems that there's a number of abilities over here that kind of remind me a bit of Second Son, like maybe just because it's like all in red. I was kind of playing with an evil kind of character in Second Son, so I'm not sure why this reminds me of that, but I like every single bit of it, especially since the mythology in the game was already pretty impressive. You already know that I really love that story about Gosaku, like the whole story about finding the armor of Gosaku. And this right here is basically an expansion on that, an expansion on the already existing and rich mythology of the island. It looks really awesome, but then there's some other explanations here at the bottom. With 4 players, you'll be able to take on wave-based survival missions. By the way, how many of you have requested these in the comment section? And not only that, fighting groups of the toughest enemies in Tsushima. This is going to be like survival missions and whatnot. You're going to fight all of these tougher enemies in the Tsushima island, including new Oni enemies with supernatural abilities. Like we have this one right here that is casting a really powerful ability with what appears to be a 2-handed weapon. We also saw at one of these points that one of these characters, I believe the archer, is using kind of like a mythical glowing bow. So I'm really curious what types of abilities that might have. If you can beat the story and survival missions, you may be confident enough to take on the 4-player raid that will arrive shortly after the launch of Ghost of Tsushima Legends, sending you and your partners to an entirely new realm to challenge a brutal, terrifying enemy. And oh my god, who would have expected from Ghost of Tsushima of all games to not just get an online co-op, but to get one that genuinely sounds extremely exciting. This could have been a whole game in itself, but they are just giving it away for free for people who already own the game. That's amazing. This already wins the Game of the Year edition in my book. Personally, I love the game, and the fact that they're doing this on top, Yeah, that speaks volumes in a day and age when not that many companies are so generous. But it's been so rewarding to see the amazing reactions from all of you as you play through Ghost of Tsushima. We've been watching so many of your stream, your playthroughs, and can't wait to open up this new way for all of us to play together. We're happy to offer this mode completely free to Ghost of Tsushima owners as a thank you to our players, and we look forward to hearing what you think. We'll have much more to share on Legends as we get close to launch, including details on character classes, customization, and more. Thank you everyone for your support of Ghost of Tsushima so far, and of course you're going to require that PlayStation Plus membership, since all online games, with very few exceptions, will require that if you want to experience the multiplayer. But otherwise, Ghost of Tsushima did extremely well, not just in terms of reviews, and I mean that by like the user reviews, not the ones given by IGN, for example. Obviously they have their own agenda to follow, but this was truly a marvelous game. I absolutely loved it. I truly believe that it deserves that 90+ rating. It's amazing. It doesn't do anything outlandish that critics might be over the top with, but it does everything that it's doing right. It's fun, it has an amazing open world, even more amazing combat. I really enjoyed the character development, and even more so some of the side stories truly were inspiring, if I might say so, especially the ones for Masako. I've already said this in the past, I absolutely love that, but seeing that there's even more to it than this really gets my hopes high. Now, as Legends go, as I've said, there are 4 types of characters in the game. You can play as a samurai, as an assassin, as a ronin, which basically is a samurai still, but maybe there's going to be some different abilities, but also you can play as that archer that uses that really awesome longbow that we saw, or well, in this case it's called hunter, but we did see a glimpse of that. Now the question that remains is how much of this is going to be available, like how long can you play this? Is this something that you tune in a weekend and or maybe for like a couple of weekends, maybe play for like a couple of weeks, or is this something that the developers are trying to support with continuous improvements? From the looks of it, it's just a free content update that will have a limited run, which is still awesome, by the way, because they're also planning that raid later down the line, on top of the fact that it already ships with its story of its own, with challenges of its own, and of course that horde mode that everybody's been waiting for. Of course, let me know down below what is your opinion on all of this. I'm genuinely very excited. It looks like we can get new armors in the game and new rewards, since they have been talking about that customization. By the way, check out this armor right here. You look like a freaking demon in it. If this is available in game, if we can get this, I'm already sold on this one. But this is it with the news. Of course, leave your comment down below, as I've said. In the meantime, if you enjoyed this video, then also consider subscribing and activating that notification bell, and I will see you guys in the next one.